Hi, Weather Joey here with your bottom of the South Island weather recap and weather forecast for Saturday, December 17th, 2022. We're gearing up for our holiday season. My nephews just got off school yesterday, which is one of the earlier ones, December 16th, so they get a nice little week before Christmas. So we'll bring you a forecast for all my friends out there, the plants, animals, spirits and beings. I have a feeling you know what's going on. I'm not sure, but I like to do my part to give you a heads up on things that are coming. I don't know if you see off into the future. I don't know if you see out over the oceans. I don't know if you feel what's coming in, but we got something coming in. And I want to do a recap for you in the future, looking back at me here, a living, breathing being that is probably going to be gone and dust and dirt by the time you're watching this in the future. Hopefully not the too soon future. Anyway, before we get to that, I'd like to take this opportunity, as always, to thank and acknowledge the first peoples of this land, the first peoples that have been here forever, their ancestors. People talk about how long they've been here and whether they came from there or here and stuff, but that's, who cares? They've been here forever. Anyway, that's not for me to say. Anyway, that's rambling on, but thank you. Just wanting to thank the first peoples of this land, from North Saanich out to Sooke, and beyond, across this whole land, from sea to sea, up, down, east, west, north, south, for allowing us to live, work, play, and exist on their beautiful traditional territories. Thank you so much. Okay, so last forecast, I think it was the 11th, Sunday the 11th, we talked about how the dominant player coming into this past week would be high pressure over here, and yes, indeed it was. And we talked about how dry it was, and it has been very dry, continuing on. And we thought maybe this would come to dominate right in this week, this past week, and into this coming week. Well, luckily not so. And it looks like we're going to have some rain off in the distance, but before we get to that, we've got to go through some more winter, and I'll show you what's going to happen. So, again, this high pressure dominated all this week. It kind of sat up here and brought a bit of a north-northwest northerly flow. Cold, cooler than normal for this time of year. Mix of sun and cloud. We had moisture coming around, but not super cold until what we're heading into now. So, as we get into, let's see, yesterday, we saw that this ridge started to back away enough to allow cold Arctic air to start coming down into BC, and in the form of low pressure over here. So it was helping, low pressure was helping draw this cold Arctic air down. Now that's arriving slowly today and into tomorrow, slowly today, and with it we see a little bit of a front coming through, and that's today. If you look at the records, you'll see a bit of showers, especially for Victoria. Not quite cold enough for snow. I think we're hovering around 2 or 3 degrees right now. Seen a few little kind of mixed rain and snowflakes. Things are clearing out here. With this, we're seeing a fair amount of low-level moisture, which is kind of surprising as this Arctic air. I think it's just the backside of that front that came down. There's still some low-level moisture. This cold Arctic air is going to flood in overnight tonight, which is a Saturday, and into Sunday. We're going to start seeing outflows. At some point, we're not sure how this is going to push in because we still have a little bit of marine moisture coming in. Whether it's going to be crisp and cool and cold, we're not so sure. But either way, it doesn't look like much in the way of snow or precipitation, but expect out there, buckle in, cold temperatures. All you rhododendrons, tighten up your leaves. And that's going to be with us through Sunday and into Monday. Now, as we get into Monday, into Monday night, it looks like this high pressure is going to back away enough to allow a little bit of a system in from the west, some marine moisture. Now this area over here is just going to continue to be dominated by cold air much of next week, and that will stay put as we get a bit of a system in for later Monday and into Tuesday. So Tuesday's the big potential for a snow event. Weather temperatures will warm up to mixed rain and snow. I have a feeling if this really sets in, we're going to see temperatures stay cool enough that we could get a bit of a snow event. So that's moisture, but kind of latent moisture. It's just sitting there in the form of snow. Not enough for your forest yet. But as we get into, let's see, I think that goes through on Wednesday. We should see this kind of Tuesday. We should see this kind of rebuild on Wednesday and bring a little bit of a return of northerly flow. Actually, not rebuild so much, but as that system goes through, northerly flow, cool temperatures, push back out onto the coast. And that's when we start to see a real shift where this high pressure starts to back away here, and we start to see more of a southwest flow. So high pressure backing away here, actually more of a southwest flow that will eventually bring warmer weather. Now, that's in through maybe Thursday, Friday. It's still hard to tell, but eventually this pattern will come up here. And how cold these temperatures are depends on how this initial rainfall, snowfall, freezing rain, because the warmer air comes up over top of this colder air, and if it falls as rain, it'll go through that colder air, and when it hits the surface, it'll just instantly freeze. We've had that before. I remember one of those back in like the 96, 97, when I was a kid, and all the frozen trees and stuff like that. But anyway, so that will be into later next week. It might start off as a snow event. Freezing rain, kind of concerned about that. Anyway, moisture coming in that'll eventually warm up. It looks like a wet Christmas, so it looks like for you guys out there, the moisture will come in and absorb, because we do need that, and fill up some of the reservoirs and start building things up for spring, because we'll need that water for spring. Anyway, that was, you can tell it was like a half a beer induced kind of, not completely focused there, but anyway, I hope that helps out. I hope you guys are doing well in the future. Hope that helps my friends out there. And for all of you, as always, may the forecast be with you.